Good day everyone, I am Lyra Jinmanlin and this is my oral video presentation for our subject Life and Works of Jose Rizal. And my report is all about Sobre la Indolencia de los Filipinos, or the English term, the indolence of Filipino people. Trivia guys, the indolence of Filipino people was the longest essay written by Dr. Jose Rizal. It is published in La Solidaridad on July 15, 1890. For your information class, ang La Solidaridad ay isang organization na binubuo ng Filipino students sa Spain. Ang main objectives ng La Solidaridad is to ask reforms sa Spanish government. And also, they want to increase Spanish awareness of the needs of the Filipinos. Kumbaga, itong organization nito ang naging way nila to let their grievances and problems be heard by the Spanish government. And also, this organization, they launch newspapers na kapangalan din ng organization nila. Ang name ng organization is La Solidaridad at ang name din ng newspaper ay La Solidaridad. These newspapers serve as an organ of the reform movements. So, meron talaga silang platforms wherein every Filipinos in Spain can express their feelings and thoughts fearlessly, buong tapang. Wala silang takot na magsulat ng articles na kung saan kino-question at ina-atake nila ang gobyerno ng Espanya. So let's go back to the indolence of the Filipino people. The indolence of the Filipino people represents Rizal's defense of the Filipinos to the Spaniards. Depensa ni Rizal sa mga Espanyol. Sa madaling sabi, indolence o tamad. Tamad ba ang mga Pilipino? That's the question na sinagot ni Rizal sa kanyang article. This article is a sort of defense against allegations wherein they are saying that the Filipinos are tamad or lazy. We all know that Jose Rizal is ethnocentric. Meron siyang mga characteristic na nagiging ethnocentric siya. Meaning to say, he does not want any other people looking down on his race, especially being a Filipino. So, ayaw niya na kinukutya, ayaw niya na inapi o ginajudge ang mga Filipino. Mapapansin nyo, a lot of his works, a lot of his writings, or a lot of his articles are meant to defend Filipino culture and Filipino mentality. He is clarifying things out, and he is trying to uplift the image of a Filipino. Sa madaling sabi, sa essay ni Rizal na The Indolence of the Filipino People, sinagot ni Rizal yung allegations na are Filipinos lazy? So here's a thing I would like you to look at this image. The very famous story of Juan Tamad. I don't know if you're familiar of this story pero siguro alam niyo na to. Juan Tamad is a character in the Philippines who is noted for extreme laziness. Sobrang katamaran. Si Juan Tamad, ang story niya is, instead na kumuha siya ng panungkit or instead na akyatin niya yung puno ng bayabas para makakuha siya ng bunga, ang ginawa niya ay ang humilata at naghintay na mahulog yung bunga ng bayabas sa bunganga niya. At ang sabi niya, let the nature's gravity do the work. The story of Juan Tamad became the classic representation kung gaano ka-chill ang mga Filipino noong unang panahon. According to Rizal, wherever something goes wrong in the Philippines, there is a tendency to blame the Filipinos. Ang point naman niya dito is, bakit sa tuwing may mali o hindi magandang nangyayari sa Pilipinas, kaming mga Pilipino ang sinisisi ninyo? On this basis, Rizal tried to analyze the social and political conditions of the Philippines to prove that the allegations of the Spaniards were wrong. So nagkaroon ng analysis si Rizal when it comes to social and political condition of the Philippines. So Rizal's thesis in this essay was simple, that Filipinos are not born lazy, but had a tendency to become lazy. Acknowledging the tendency for the Filipinos to become indolent, due in part to the tropical climate, Rizal noted that it was the European, surrounded by servants, who was the paragon of laziness in the tropics. According to Rizal, ay hindi kami ipinanganak na tamad, but there are factors to consider kung bakit nagiging tamad ang isang tao. Minention niya ang climate ng Pilipinas. The Philippines have a tropical climate, meaning the weather is generally hot. Like itong na-experience natin ngayon. Sobrang init ng panahon, right? So this is one of the factors kung bakit may tendency na nagiging tamad ang isang tao. Of course, kung mainit ang panahon, iilan lang ang may lakas na loob na magtrabaho sa tirik ng araw. Right? And then, sabi ni Rizal, kayong mga taga-Europe ang tamad. Kasi meron kayong servants. Meron kayong katulong. Kayo yung epitome, kayo yung nagiging perfect example. Kayo yung nagpasimula ng idea ng laziness. Sa inyo nanggaling ang concept ng katamaran. So, since meron na yung concept, or nag-exist na yung concept ng indolence or yung pagiging tamad, Rizal sought to look for the causes. So, inalam nga ni Rizal yung mga dahilan kung bakit sinasabing tamad ang mga Filipino. So, after na kanyang analysis, di ba meron siyang analysis na inalam niya yung sitwasyon ng Pilipinas when it comes to social and political condition. So, nagkaroon si Rizal ng 2 factors. Ang first factor is those attributable to the Spanish colonizers, o yung mga bagay na maisisi natin o naiugnay natin or kumbaga mai-associate sa Spanish influence kung bakit may tendency na magiging tamad ang Filipinos. The second factors, those attributable to the Filipinos' own faults. Sabi ni Rizal, di naman lahat ay maisisisi sa Spain at mga Pilipino din naman ay nagkakamali. Parang isinisisi niya rin sa mga Filipinos kung bakit nagiging tamad din ang mga Filipino. So we have here the number 1, which is the wars and internal disorders that followed Spanish conquest. So majorities ng Filipinos noon ay nire-recruit ng mga Spaniards to join their army sa tuwing may conquest o may pananakop na magaganap. So many of them were not able to return to their houses or to their islands, thus reducing the numbers of potential farmers, of potential fishermen and laborers. So sabi ni Rizal, we are not lazy. Kasi paano kami makakapagtrabaho kung every time na you wanted to expand your kingdom or you wanted to expand your empire in Southeast Asia, ay kinukuha nyo kami as your soldiers. Second are the piratical attacks on coastal towns and villages by Muslim pirates. So, ito na yung mga pag-aatake ng Muslim pirates sa kanilang isla. It reduces the number of inhabitants. So, every time na may pirata, nananakawan sila. Kinukuha lahat ng naipundar nila galing sa pagtatrabaho. So, ang ending, nawalan sila ng gana at lumaya silang lahat sa may isla. Third are the forced labor in shipbuilding. So, all boys in 16 to 60 years old are mandated to join the forced labor. May exemption, pero kailangan nilang magbayad ng tinatawag nating FALA. Ang point naman dito ni Rizal, the Filipinos were required to render forced labor in making of ships. Kung di sila gagawa ng simbahan, gagawa naman sila ng barko na gagamitin sa galleon trade. And they were hindered from cultivating their own fertile lands. So, kung maaalala nyo, ang galleon ay isang barko na kung saan tumatravel to Mexico and they monopolized the trade. Lahat ng products na galing Manila na naglalaman ng products ng Philippines, China, and neighbor countries ay diretsong pupunta sa Mexico at dahil doon, pinapatay ng galleon trade yung mga maliliit na businesses ng Filipinos. So, ang ending, ang mga Filipinos na dapat gumagawa ng sarili nilang crops o produkto ay nire-recruit para gumawa ng ship. So, sabi naman dito Rizal, hindi kami tamad. Paano kami makakapagtrabaho para sa pamilya o sa sarili namin if you are forcing us to do the labor? The fourth one are the government's neglect and apathy to agriculture, industry, and commerce. So sabi naman ni Rizal dito, hindi kami tamad. Sadyang wala lang talagang pakialam ang gobyerno ng Espanya sa amin. There was no encouragement to the manufacturer or to the farmer. Hindi man lang ine-encourage o minomotivate para kahit papaano ay lumago ang negosyo namin. You did not even give aid when our harvest was poor or when the typhoon destroyed our land and our crops. O kahit bigyan niyo man lang kami ng pwesto sa market para paglalagyan ng aming paninda or produkto. Ang ginawa nyo, yung galleon trade lang ang inalaw nyong magbenta. Hindi kami tamad. Sadyang sakim lang kayo at madamot. Yan ang sabi ni Jose Rizal. The fifth one is the absence of material and moral incentives to work harder. So, meron tayong kasabihan dito na, a man works for a purpose. Remove the purpose and you reduce him in action. So, ang tao, magtatrabaho yan if she or he has a goal, a motive, or an objective. Magtatrabaho yan if meron siyang gustong ma-attain. So, tanggalin mo yung goal. Sa tingin mo, kikilos pa yan? No. For instance, today, I have 5 activities or ito na lang, ang goal ko is matapos itong oral video presentation na to kasi bukas ang submission. So, ang gagawin ko is irarush ko ang pag-research ng video and paggawa ng PPT. Pero, if next week pa ang submission, ay hindi muna ako kikilos kasi mahaba pa naman ang time. So, hindi muna ako magsiset ng goal para tapusin tong OPP. So, somehow, ganun din ang nafe-feel ng Filipinos noon. Unmotivated sila na mag-work. Wala silang gana, hindi dahil sa tamad sila, kundi nafe-feel nila noon na hindi rin sila ang makikinabang sa kanilang mga efforts. Sabi pa nila, before you arrive, we have already trades with Southeast Asia. Yun nga lang, dahil sa policy nyo na galleon trade, nagsara lahat ng mga businesses namin. And aside from that, before you arrive here in Philippines, we are civilized. We have the system of writing. We already have the system of governments. We already have the system of politics. So, ang sabi naman dito ni Rizal, it's your fault. You did not protect us. You considered us as your colony. You colonized us and you did not protect us in terms of economic activity. Yun ang sabi ni Jose Rizal. And that concludes my report for today, and the list would be reported to you by Ms. Guevara. That's all. Thank you.